Now, I am not trying to rush things or wish away the summer because the summer is my absolute favorite season for a multitude of reasons, but also summer sewing. I love a good sundress, as you probably have come to learn if you have been around on my channel before. But today I'm going to break down some sewing plans and share with you some fabrics as well as some new patterns that I found for some fun fall clothing. If you are a fellow sewist, then you know we have to kind of start thinking ahead because our sewing projects take time. And so today I'm going to share with you some recent patterns I just purchased and then several different fabrics that I've kind of been collecting over the past several months. I think all of the fabric in today's video is from Joann Fabrics. I've been kind of going to every different Joann Fabric store in my local vicinity. There's a couple spread out in different cities, and each one has yielded a different kind of fabric, different markdowns. I love that fabric clearance section. So without further ado, stay tuned. I'm about to break it all down. Break it down, I'll introduce myself. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. I'm Rachel Ann, and this channel is dedicated to my sewing journey, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. I am very excited about this fall sewing season. I've been sewing now for a little over 2 years, and I have never sewn a jacket. So my goals for myself are to create a quilted jacket, which I'm going to show you the fabric and the 3 different patterns. I'm trying to figure out which I want to use. And I also want to sew a pair of jeans, which, like I said, I've never done that before. So it's going to be a fun fall season. I'm really going to push myself to branch out. I even am thinking about sewing a long wool jacket, but before I get ahead of myself, let me just go ahead and show you the quilted fabric I found at Joann Fabrics and the different patterns I'm considering using. So I happened to stumble across this, what I thought was just such a funky fabric. I'm going to hold it over my face so you can really see it. I am so wild about all of these colors. I love coral, and I just think that this will make the cutest quilted jacket. It is fully quilted, you know, on the back. Now, I plan to line this jacket, and so my quick SOS is to ask you, do you know of a good lining fabric, a good jacket lining fabric? I am so open for suggestions. Feel free to share in the comments. Like I said, I have never sewn a jacket before, and so this is going to be a little bit of an adventure. However, I just thought the fabric was divine, just so unique, and instantly what came to my mind was kind of a puffy quilted bomber jacket. So I've got a couple different options. Let me find that first pattern. This was on sale at Joann's, and I do like this style. It's not a traditional bomber by any means, but this is Simplicity 9896, and I just thought it was so cute. I love the piping, I love the pockets, and I think that this could be a good option. Either way, I wanted to grab this because, like I said, I really want to try to make a jacket this fall. And so this is going to be my first starting, you know, jacket material that I use. But this is very cute. The other 2 options, and I actually ordered these recently this past weekend on simplicity.com. They had a 70% off pattern sale. So a lot of these patterns were only $1.20, which was amazing. So maybe I'll make a separate video and share with you the patterns that I purchased. But the 2 options I'm considering are Simplicity 1499. In fact, I'm going to see if that'll work. No, I'll put it up on the screen because it's going to have a glare. But yeah, this is also looks like it would be great for a quilted jacket. And to be honest, I am just so wild about the piping. So I've been looking at twill tape, bias tape to create that piping around the collar, down the front, on the pockets. I just think it's such a cute added detail. And I started looking and I found a Free People jacket. I believe it's Free People. I'm going to put that on the screen real quick just so you can see that has been kind of my inspiration, just a funky quilted bomber type jacket. Now I know that the vest is not a bomber, but I think by adding puffy sleeves or nice baggy sleeves, maybe sizing up, I could get the desired look I'm looking for. However, I also ordered McCall's 7637 pattern, which I'll put on the screen, which is a unisex bomber jacket. I definitely want the collar. I recently ordered some of the trim, I can't remember the name of it right now, but the stretchy trim that you see on the bottom of the jacket and around the collar. I linked it in my Amazon store, which the link is down below, because it came in the mail and it's gorgeous. It is just beautiful, and I think it's gonna really add to a jacket that I sew up this fall. I have some gorgeous gray material, which, let me grab that real quick. So this is some gray material. Now this is not part of any recent fabric haul. I believe I got this a summer or two ago, but I thought it would make a great little light jacket. And then even might be my practice kind of trial run. It's very wrinkled and you can't really tell in the light, but I'll hold it up close so you can see. Just a really beautiful kind of heather gray linen cotton blend. And this was the trim. And again, they have it in all different colors. I linked it down below. I think that this is so cute. This would even be cute as the trim on a sweater to really hold it together and create almost a gathered look at the waist, you know, and have it kind of billow over a little bit. So if you're in the market and need some, this is, I would highly recommend. Super pretty, super cute. But as you can see, I can't decide which pattern I'm gonna use. And whichever one I go for, I am gonna try to use some kind of inexpensive fabric first to do a full mock-up and then go through with creating the actual project. But call to action, like I said, if you know of a good lining fabric, please feel free to shout it out below, because I am definitely in the market for finding some great lining fabric. The next fabric I found, this was from Joann Fabrics, and really I've been trying to collect some transitional fabrics that can transition from the summer into the fall. This is my first fall in California, by the way, and I love fall. Now I came from Virginia, where definitely all 4 seasons, there's nothing better than getting cozy, curling up by a fire pit in the holidays. But here in California, I'm kind of excited to see what the weather's like. And I think it'll probably be similar to Florida. That's where I was born and raised, where absolutely there wasn't really 4 seasons. You know, it kind of went from super hot to then frigid cold for a month or so. But I do think this is going to be a great transitional fabric. It's kind of an off-white cream color, and I just love it so much. So the pattern that I found, this one I got on sale at Joann Fabrics, is Simplicity 9921. I think that it's just gonna be a perfect drape, very dreamy, a nice little cute top you can wear to work or wear with jeans, maybe some boots, throw on a jacket on top, and you're good to go. But I loved it. I thought it was so beautiful. Kind of has those ridges in it. So there you have it. Again, Simplicity 9921. I pre-cut this, so it is all ready to go. I just need to get that project underway. I am all about a cozy sweater when it gets a little cool outside, and found this fabric so reduced. It is a light pinky mauve, and as you can see, I mean, I just want to curl up in it. It's so very cozy. This is the side I'm going to use facing outward. It has that nice, just soft feeling. And then the inside is a little bit of a flatter feel. But I definitely want this side to be outward facing, and I want you to think big, chunky, oversized knit. I guess this is a knit cardigan. And so the pattern that I plan to use is McCall's Oops, I don't actually see the number on here. Give me just 1 second. I can actually look here. Oh, call 6802. I see that the number is actually not on the exterior of the packaging itself, but I've got my Simplicity order sheet right here. But yeah, it's McCall 6802. I think it's going to be super cute. Just a chunky, oversized. I may crop it a little bit, just, you know, to modify it just a tad, but I am very excited. It is an easy knit, so easy to sew, and that's always a bonus. So that should be something fun to crank out. But I want to have a nice cozy cardigan. I like the color because it's a neutral, and I think it's going to match quite a variety of different fabrics. And I just think throwing this over a maxi dress or with jeans or something of that nature is going to be super cute. So I'm very excited about that. This next fabric just screams fall to me. I think it is so gorgeous. It's got the most beautiful drape. I'm going to hold it up so you can really see it. It has almost a light sheen to it, and I don't know if you can really see that in the video itself, but I just think it is so gorgeous. I am probably going to line this because I want it to have a little bit more structure than what the fabric already gives you. It does have quite a bit of stretch, but I love that cream and brown. It's just so pretty to me. And the pattern I plan to use is Simplicity 9326 View A. I had seen this pattern so many times, but every Joann Fabric store I go to, I never can find it. It's always not out. And so I think this must be an older pattern. In fact, a lot of the patterns I ordered on simplicity.com, I think are from many, many years ago, because I can never find them when I'm actually in a Joann's, you know, and going through all those boxes of patterns and things like that. So I am so thrilled that this one was available. I believe it was $1.20, this pattern on simplicity.com. So of course I snapped it up, but I just think it's going to be the most beautiful dress, and you can easily throw on a cardigan on top. This could be a nice transitional piece from winter to spring. Just so many options when it comes to this. And I can already tell this is such a common kind of fit and style that I gravitate towards. Square neck, kind of umpire waist. I usually like to lift up the waist a tad so it hits the place on the body that I want it to. But this is a pattern I have probably needed for years because I've recreated it so many times by modifying other patterns. But now the Simplicity 9326 I think is going to really hit the mark on the style of dress I love. So if you've watched my channel, you know I really enjoy bright colors, bright fabrics, but I actually found this lovely, it's kind of a cotton blend black fabric. It's got some stretch to it, but it's definitely cottony feel. Got some great stretch. And I also found this textured solid black fabric. It is not sheer, but it is very thin. You can see a little bit through it, but it's really, I mean, for what I'm going to use it for, which I'll share right now, I have, again, several different patterns I picked out that tentatively I'm planning to use. The first one is New Look 6695. My only hesitation with this pattern is the pleats. That's not really the style I'm going for. I'm really wanting to create a bohemian style dress that isn't, you know, as preppy as this one. However, I love the top on this New Look 6695 pattern. I got it from simplicity.com. Again, I believe this was also $1.20 or maybe $4, one of the two. The other option, and this is the one I think I'm gonna go with, is New Look 6718. Don't you just love that bodice? I think it is so cute. I'm gonna omit the buttons. I don't think that the style of dress I want to create, I don't really want the buttons going down the front, but this will be the sleeves. I think it's gonna be a unique added detail. This will be the bodice of the dress, and I may try to find other ways to incorporate this fabric so it doesn't look disjointed, but that's where my head is at. So new look 6718. I think it's going to be super cute, you know, as a nice long flowy dress to wear with boots, to, as the season gets warmer, to even wear with sandals. But again, just a nice transitional fall dress. You just can't beat it. All right, this to me is the definition of a fall color. Again, this fabric is from Joann Fabrics, and I believe it was marked as athleisure or something of that nature when I purchased it. But it does have a beautiful, either side you could really use. This is kind of the flat side, but this almost looks like a faux micro suede with a little shimmer in it. I just think it's so lovely, and I'm happy with it. I love the color. I think that that's going to be just so gorgeous for the fall. The pattern, and I own this one, but I didn't dig it out of all of my patterns back here, but it is a McCall's Vintage 90s 8501. Now, I have made this dress several times at this point. I actually recently sewed up a new version, View A, that I will show you in a future video, but that's the version I'm gonna make. I am going to make this, use this fabric, View A. I want it to be a maxi dress, and that way you can wear a leather jacket on top. You could do a chunky, oversized cardigan, flats, little boots, whatever you want. I'm all about having multiple options, which can easily be achieved depending on the fabric and the pattern that you use. So here we have it, this beautiful fabric. So I've been sitting on this for a couple months now, and well, I guess not a couple, yeah, maybe like a month or two. And I am going to create a loungewear set with it. It is this gorgeous camel knit fabric, got a lot of stretch to it. This, I'm actually going to make the top from New Look 6644 View A. I think it's so beautiful, and I like the idea of not just wearing this to lounge in, but also creating a cute garment where if you wanted to wear it with jeans, if you needed to go run errands, you've got a cute knit, almost sweatshirt-esque kind of top to throw on and feel cohesive. I am also going to make, hopefully if I have enough fabric, long pants out of this. And I'll hold it so you can see. Yeah, just a nice camel. Who doesn't love a beautiful camel colored fabric? I just think it's so classic. It's something that you can have forever. And so there you have it. That's kind of the project on my list to create. This is just kind of something I'm showing you just for fun. When I went to Joann Fabrics probably 2 weeks ago, I found this green pleated fabric. Oh my gosh. Now I've already sewn up a pleated skirt. That was an adventure in and of itself. I will be breaking that down. I actually whipped up about 4 pieces in the past like week or two. And so I'm gonna make a separate video for that, but this was very interesting. It came with this kind of mesh on the back to keep the pleats intact. And it was a process. It was a little bit of a process to learn how to sew with the pleats. And so I'm excited to share that with you. I do think I'm gonna try to make a matching top, you know, almost like it kind of retro inspired spaghetti strap, square neck, straight across, you know, a little bit shorter, not long, just to go with that skirt, you know, for a Christmas party or holiday party, whatever may come up. But I've got probably a yard left. And like I said, yes, I'm gonna go for the top. I have so many thoughts about working with this, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'll share in the next video. But when I saw this, I almost wish I would have just bought the bolt because I am obsessed with the color, the pleating. It just makes me want to run out and buy more pleated fabric. And so I've already started looking. I know Mood Fabric has quite a bit of pleated fabric available, and this may start my pleated fabric sewing journey. So we will see. I'll keep you posted, but that was this one. Another knit fabric I found at Joann Fabrics. These were all 70% off, if I'm not mistaken. I really kind of gravitate towards the clearance section because I like to make my money stretch. And I found this beautiful checkered knit fabric. This is one where I definitely want to make a loungewear set. I mean, it's a winter white, it's a cream color. So I'm going to try to make maybe some loungewear shorts and then a cute kind of oversized sweatshirt type feel. And again, I want that sweatshirt to double as, you know, not just lounging around the house, but actually wearing that baby out and about. So I think this is going to be super cute to sew up. I love working with knits, I really do. And so this is just one. I don't have the patterns yet picked out. I've got to dig around through, but I just wanted to show this in case you were looking for ideas on knit fabric or loungewear sets. I think this is going to be super cute. Okay, last but not least, the time has come. I am ready to make some athletic wear, okay? I'm gonna give it a go because I love to work out, and I look at workout clothes. I always think to myself, I could sew this up. And so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna try to fully line and make a matching workout top with matching leggings, you know, biker shorts. And I'm excited. There's not much else to say about it, but this is such traditional activewear. And I think it will be interesting to work with. I purchased something called, and I'll show it to you real quick. This is kind of the sad piece here. I bought this. I didn't bring this one with me, so it's a little bit not the right color, but this is called Eloflex. If you have ever sewn with this, let me know how it went. And is the thread, it's meant for stretch fabrics. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing how it actually sews up. Yeah, but anyways, the color isn't perfectly matched, but I think it's gonna be fine. And so I'm not gonna be too hard on myself about it. We're just gonna keep rolling with it because I got 2 spools of it. I also purchased some jersey or stretch sewing needles. Let me show those to you. I have already worked with these, but I started reading up, you know, because I wanted to make sure I'm sewing correctly. I don't know if you can really see that. I wanted to make sure I was really sewing my activewear up correctly because, I mean, I like to wear what I sew, obviously, and if I'm wearing it to the gym, I don't want it to split open as I'm running or exercising. So I'm really trying to do this the correct way and get the supplies I need to make it look the way I want it to and actually kind of last. So yeah, the Eloflex thread, I'm excited to work with and see how it goes. Again, if you have any thoughts on that or you have used it before, then please let me know. This is on Amazon. I got this from Joann Fabrics, but I read the Amazon reviews. They were really high. Most people said they enjoyed working with it and that it did not break open. So we'll see what happens. But you know, I'll keep you posted on the final garment and how it turns out. Oh. When I was at Joann Fabrics, I also found this cable knit kind of ocean blue color. Now, I have actually worked with this fabric before and adored it. I made a little cropped cardigan that I just wore the heck out of over the past year or so. In fact, I still have that here. So basically, it's from the same family, just different colors, same fabric family. this was great to work with. I'm sure they still have it at Joann Fabric. So if you're looking for a great cable knit, this is one I highly, highly recommend because it was so much fun to sew with. So I've got these two. This has just enough maybe to make a pair of like knit shorts or something. I don't know. I'm holding off on sewing it up because I want to figure out what do I actually want to sew. But this is probably going to be another chunky cardigan. I may even use that cardigan pattern I had previously showed you. So I'll keep you posted on that. The last piece of fabric I want to show you. This is a beautiful, now I have shown this to you before on my channel. I have still not sewed it up, but this is the season to sew it up. I am going to be using a very easy, very Vogue pattern. I'm gonna plug it right here. I don't have the numbers off the top of my head. I'm trying to cram all this in before I start my work day. So forgive me, but I will put up the pattern that I will be using. I did recently work with that pattern. I'll show you that dress in a future video. It was a dream. It was so much fun to sew, very straightforward. If you are a beginner sewer, that is a pattern I highly recommend. There are some easy modifications that you can make if you choose to, or if you just go directly from the instructions. It is very linear and straightforward, but this I am definitely going to make the long sleeved version. I think it will be gorgeous. In fact, I may even sew this up as one of my next projects, just because I've already worked with that pattern, and I know that it's fairly straightforward to sew up. So this is just a beautiful kind of crushed velvet that I'm just so crazy about. It's gonna be perfect for the fall and winter. I just need to sit down and get to sewing. So this is all I have for now, and I'm cutting myself off from any more fabric trips. I am going to work through and get these clothing pieces sewn up. My next video will either be a simplicity.com pattern haul or my sewing room tour. I think it will most likely be my sewing room tour. I just got a new rug. And so I wanted it to come in, and I'll share that with you once it comes in. But this also is gonna double as my guest room, and my mom will be coming, so I wanted to make sure to get that rug in, and then it'll just kind of complete the sewing room as a whole. But I am so excited to share these fabrics with you. Very much looking forward to seeing what other people are gonna be sewing up this fall season. What kind of projects do you have in mind for yourself? Are you already kind of shopping around like I have been, collecting little fabric here and there when you're out and about? Please feel free to share in the comments below, especially patterns that you have found or are looking forward to sewing up. And that's another thing, I kind of need to stop buying the patterns too, because I just got a whole bunch from that simplicity.com sale. But I love kind of just hearing what you guys are up to. So I hope you're doing great. I hope you're making time for some relaxation, some creativity. As always, happy creating and sewing, and be well.